it's the RC Genius, and today in front of me I have the Traxxas slash two-wheel drive. Now this is not my vehicle, it's my brother's vehicle, however he doesn't use it that much. And basically what I'm going to go through today is I'm going to show you guys a couple weaknesses and good upgrades for the Traxxas slash. Now this is going to be for the two-wheel drive, so if you have the 4x4, things can certainly change. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Please leave a like, please subscribe, and let's get into it. The number one thing that I always suggest for lots of RC cars is having aluminum caster blocks. They're not very expensive to buy. They can be different price for different vehicles. Especially it's 4x4, you have to have the axle running through it. However, I do find that having aluminum caster blocks is a really nice thing to have. My brother Slash has got the red Traxxas caster blocks, and I've got a lot of them on my vehicles. I've also got RPM. RPM is a good option as well. Basically, either one, RPM or aluminum, works for this truck, and I certainly recommend having that. Now, the next thing that I find is actually a big weakness and to keep on hand are the axle carriers in the rear. This is what it looks like out of the truck, and you can see it right in there. The camber link here actually connects to it, and then it goes to the back of the chassis. However, my brother has broken these stub axle carriers so much that I just keep them on my shop shelf only for his truck. I mean, literally only for his truck. I never break these. I never have in the 4 years that I've been in the hobby. I've never broken these, but my brother has broken them on the Slash basically for 2.5 years since he got the car, and they always break. Go through a few of them, like once every other time we go out, he'll break one, and basically, nice to keep those on hand. Definitely, if you are able to get them in aluminum, I know that they do exist. If you were to get them in aluminum, that would definitely help out that situation. So that's the next weakness and upgrade option that you could have. And now also, of course, spur gears strip a lot, and always good to have those on hand. Now there is a place where you can buy them. I believe it's hotracing.com, something like that. I'll leave a link in the description I'll leave the website name in the description. I won't leave the link, but I'll leave the website name. I know that it's something racing. I'm pretty sure it's Hot Racing. A subscriber let me know about that channel or website having aluminum spur gears in my size, and that's definitely good to know about because I certainly will have to get some of those once they get back in stock. So definitely keeping some spur gears on hand for the Slash and getting an upgraded spur gear in aluminum, that's definitely a thumbs up to do. Now another thing for the Slash is the motor. Obviously, most RC cars need replacement motors. Now, this one particularly hasn't had a motor changed in quite a while, and it's definitely running low. So, also keep in mind, having a motor is important on hand whenever you have an RC car. Now, when you have more RC cars, it's going to certainly require that you have more spare parts. However, if you only have one, just keeping one motor on hand is certainly enough. Now, not many other things have tend to break on this vehicle, and one of the biggest reasons is because my brother doesn't really do short course driving or on a track, really. He really drives out in the street. You can see the rear tires are really, really shredded down. Here's the new pair of mud tires that he got for them, and we custom painted those. The orange rim, and you can just tell the tread difference. I mean, these are pretty much just flat treads, and it's not really anything, you can't get any traction, and so it's very fun to drive. However, you can't really be on a track very easily with that type of tire. Now you could switch them back to the back ones to the front, although I think there is a difference between them. I don't know, actually. That's a good question. I'd need to figure that out if you can swap them. This isn't my truck again, so I'm not familiar with all of the workings of it. However, I am going to do a video driving it. I actually got a request from a subscriber of mine who has 2 channels. I'll give him a shout out in both channels. The channel that he left the comment about asking me if I could drive the truck and the upgrades, that channel is called Hubert Gu. I don't know if that's how you pronounce the second part, but it's spelled G-U. And then also his other channel is HGRC. I'll put a link to both of his channels in the description, and go check him out because he's definitely supported the channel and he requested this video. I'm trying to think of any other things that are really important for upgrades. My brother does run a higher milliamp hour battery in this. It's still a 7-cell flat pack. However, it's I believe it's a 4500 milliamp hour, and I run 3000s in mine. And the 45 definitely works. However, it puts a lot more stress on the motor because it's running longer. And I've known that the brand that I bought those batteries from definitely. I don't go with them anymore because the batteries don't last very long at all. They really don't last long. So, now, obviously, you can buy lipos, you can get a whole Valenian system for it if you wanted to. Those are some upgrades. Right now, I think the best things are the plastic parts to keep it stronger. And then as time goes on, if you wanted to upgrade it to something faster to make it go 70 plus miles an hour, obviously that's an option. Traxxas is great for that option, that you can literally just do anything you want with these things. You could build them from the ground up if you wanted to, which I have gotten a request to build a Slash 4x4, and I have considered it, and I would look into it one day, but I think that right now, once we get some more subscribers and more support, maybe we can start setting some stuff up so we can get funding for projects and videos that are really cool, buying, you know, fireworks and setups and all that stuff. So I think we will work into that as the channel gets bigger, but it can only be possible with you guys sharing my videos, and so far a lot of you have been, and I can't show any more. I can't really thank you any more than I have. I try to. Putting into words isn't always enough. I'm trying to shout out as many of you as possible, and I hope it helps out all your channels. So that's kind of a list of some things. Obviously, getting some axles here is not a bad idea, and also screws for spare parts is a great thing to have. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So the biggest upgrade things I would suggest is upgrading your caster blocks, which are in the front, your stub axle carriers in the rear, which tend to break a lot on this vehicle, and then also I would recommend getting maybe some aluminum spur gears if that's possible for your vehicle. And if that's possible, definitely make the investment in that, because it will save a lot of money and a lot of time as time goes on, because you won't need to be replacing spur gears constantly. And also something else with the Slash that's very nice compared to the monster trucks that I have and lots of my vehicles that aren't monster trucks, is that the Slash actually has these push rod camber links, both in the front and in the rear. Now, the camber links are just the rods right here, but these ones are aluminum compared to the Traxxas ones for the Stampedes and the monster trucks. Those are all plastic. And I definitely like these metal ones more. You can adjust them, so you can actually adjust the angle of the tires in the rear especially, and I really like that on the Slash compared to the monster trucks. So you don't even have to buy RPM ones of these, because my brother's never broken any of these. So just from my point of view and my experience and my brother's experience with the Slash, those are my few upgrades and suggestions, and also a little bit of a showing of weaknesses in the vehicle. definitely in those camber links. So stub axle carriers. I always get mixed up with part numbers and part names. However, I mean the same thing. So stub axle carriers, caster blocks, and spur gears, and obviously batteries, motors, that kind of stuff. As upgrades, you can always upgrade those things as you go along. So thank you everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check out Hubert Gu and HGRC. Both those channels are his, and I will leave a link in the description for him. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on the RC Genius.